Today we're diving into Sniper Elite Resistance, the latest chapter in the Sniper Elite franchise. I've been a fan of this series since the beginning, and while it started out a bit underappreciated, it has grown into something pretty impressive. The games have always been fun for what they are, and this new entry, Sniper Elite Resistance, sticks to that formula. So, does it offer anything new? Or is it just more of the same? That depends on how you play, but one thing is for sure. It's an enjoyable, well-designed game, and overall, still very fun. For me, the campaign is the standout in these games. The missions are massive, with 8 levels, each offering a ton of freedom. They throw you into these large environments, and you have the freedom to tackle both the main and side objectives however you want. You can shoot from afar, sneak around in the shadows, crawl on the ground, or go all in and shoot up everything in sight. The approach is entirely up to you. This time, you don't play as Carl Fairburn. Instead, you step into the shoes of Harry Hawker, a British specialist who works with the French resistance during World War II. Your mission? Not to start a full-scale war, but to subtly disrupt Nazi operations and stop their dangerous weapons experiments. Hawker is the primary narrator of the game, giving you hints about what the Nazis are planning and how you're going to stop them. While there are some cutscenes, they're few, and they don't add much to the story. The documentary-style presentation is fine, but it doesn't get deeply involved. Fortunately, the focus is on gameplay, which is still as enjoyable as ever. Speaking of gameplay, Sniper Elite has always been about customization, and this game doesn't disappoint. The amount of options for tweaking difficulty and gameplay mechanics is pretty impressive. Whether you're fine-tuning wind speed, distance, sniper rifle accuracy, or enemy awareness, there's a lot you can adjust to make the experience as challenging or accessible as you want. While it's not the most hardcore sniper simulator out there, you can get pretty close, and the challenge is definitely present. For me, this game shines when it's slow and methodical, but if you prefer a faster pace, the settings are flexible enough to cater to that as well. The game feels smooth across the board. On PS5, the shooting mechanics are incredibly responsive, and the DualSense triggers really enhance the experience. Firing a shot feels impactful, and the controls are fluid, whether you're sneaking around or jumping into a firefight. That said, the cover system and climbing mechanics still need some work. At times they can be a bit clunky, and I found myself struggling when trying to climb obstacles or connect to ladders. The animations for stealth kills can also feel odd, with enemies sometimes putting themselves in strange positions before the kill animation triggers. These are minor issues, but they're noticeable. The enemy AI strikes a good balance, smart enough to be a threat, but not too sharp to make you feel completely overwhelmed. You can still outsmart them, which makes the game enjoyable. The level and mission design is still impressive, with vast, open environments that offer plenty of ways to tackle objectives. One level even reminded me of Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory with its stormy setup, which was a cool touch. From French castles to huge dams or urban landscapes, the levels are designed with the sniper in mind, offering plenty of opportunities for stealth kills and tactical maneuvers. But don't expect it to be easy. There are moments where you'll have to think fast, like crossing a street while Nazi vehicles patrol or sneaking into a heavily guarded base. These unscripted moments create memorable experiences, and you're always improvising. You have a good variety of tools at your disposal: bottles, special ammunition, decoys, and mines, but the game doesn't overwhelm you with options. At the end of the day, it's still about your skills with the rifle, knife, and environment. The game encourages you to experiment with different strategies, especially since you can modify your gear mid-mission. There's a decent selection of weapons, and each one feels distinct, making the combat varied. Full weapon customization is available, but you won't fully take advantage of it until you progress and unlock pieces. This adds a layer of replayability, which the game uses well. You can go back and replay missions, tackling them from different entry points, which gives the game a Hitman-like quality. It's a smart design choice that keeps the gameplay fresh. As you progress through the campaign, the world keeps evolving. Missions change, new objectives pop up, and there are plenty of optional targets to find. These hidden targets, often high-ranking Nazi officials, are an interesting challenge and make the levels feel more dynamic. The flow of the game is smooth, and every encounter feels rewarding. There's something satisfying about taking a shot while explosions go off around you, covering your movements, or infiltrating and getting out undetected. But there's also the thrill of a close-quarters firefight with a Tommy gun, throwing grenades, and taking out enemies up close. The variety in combat keeps things interesting. And of course, the signature kill cams are back. Blood, bones, and organs. This game doesn't shy away from showing the brutal impact of your shots. It's exaggerated, but that's part of the fun. You can control how long the kill cam lasts, and if it gets repetitive, you can turn it off. It's a cool feature that still works. Sniper Elite Resistance doesn't revolutionize the series. If you're expecting something drastically different from Sniper Elite 4 and 5, you might be disappointed. But if you're looking for more of what makes this series great, you'll find plenty to love here. The gameplay is solid, the missions are fun, and the overall package is a great experience for tactical shooting fans. Personally, I'm all for more of these games, but I hope the next one brings something new, whether it's a deeper story or innovations in gameplay. The game also offers several extras like multiplayer modes and cooperative survival. You can team up with others to tackle the campaign, which is great. The 16-player competitive multiplayer mode is fun, though I didn't get to dive into it before launch. It works well, but I prefer the solo experience. There's also a cool cooperative survival mode based on waves, which is a fun alternative if you're looking for something different. If you like multiplayer, the game has you covered. Another fun addition is the propaganda missions. These are smaller, quicker challenges that throw you into random scenarios with different characters. Maybe you're tasked with getting 20 sniper kills in a minute or performing stealth kills without being detected. They're quick, fun distractions that add variety to the experience. In summary, Sniper Elite Resistance is a solid traditional game. The story and new character don't elevate the experience, and the series could use a bit of a refresh. But the gameplay is still great, and that's the most important thing. If you're a fan of the series, you'll enjoy this title, but if you're more casual, it might be better to wait until it hits Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. Before you go, let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of this series? I started with Sniper Elite V2 and have been following it since then, but maybe you came to the franchise later. Do you think the series needs a refresh, or are you happy with more of the same? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like and subscribe if this video helped you make a decision. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And remember, we are Gamespedia EX, your AI favorite video game source. I'll be back.